Good morning. A very interesting thing happened way back when Shakyamuni Buddha was alive and he had gained enlightenment and he had started preaching. So one day one of his monks took him near a temple and then he pointed out to the bell and he asked Shakyamuni, "What is the purpose of this bell?" And Shakyamuni just stayed quiet and looked at him. Then the monk said, "I know for a fact the bell emanates a sound which is supposed to awaken the consciousness, is supposed to wake up the mind." So Buddha said, "Is it the bell?" So the monk looked at him and he said, "No, the bell requires a stick, because with the stick or with an object, you need to hit the bell which emits the sound." So he says, "Is it just the stick?" This monk was a little more surprised. He says, "Where is this going to?" And he paused a little and he said, "No, we also require air. Because if you don't have air, how will the sound travel?" So then he says, "Only the air?" Shakyamuni asked the monk. The monk again thought and he said, "No, if you have to hear the sound which passes through the air, you need ears." Shakyamuni smiled, continued looking at him, and he said, "So bell, stick, air and ear, that's it?" Then the monk again thought and he said, "No, you need the mind. Because if you don't have the mind, how will you pick up the sound through the ear?" Shakyamuni again smiled and said, "Only the mind?" And then this monk went, he was baffled. He said, "What is this?" He says, "What is the mind without being conscious? It has to be an awakened mind. It has to be a conscious mind. Everything germinates from consciousness. Everything germinates from there. You cannot pick up anything in your surroundings through your senses, your five senses, if you do not have an awakened mind, a conscious mind." So are we living a life which is just flowing like the river, meanders wherever it's meandering without an objective? The river knows ultimately it goes into the ocean. The human mind is beyond that. If we do not live with awareness, which is consciousness, day by day and day to day, the senses that we've been gifted with, you will not be able to utilize it to the best of our ability for our greater good, to enjoy what the creation has given us, to develop and grow as human beings, doing good for other human beings as well as taking care of nature, which unfortunately is not happening today. Shakyamuni never said, "Give up life and go into the mountains or the jungles and then that's the way you got to live your life as a human being." He said, "No, you have to live where you are. But the only thing that you require is consciousness." We take breathing for granted. People say, I hear this statement that, "I feel like killing myself." So easily it comes out, "I feel like killing myself," because something has not gone right as per what they think should have gone right. What they expected didn't happen, what they were dreaming of didn't happen, so tired and fed up, I want to kill myself. Do one little exercise. Hold your nose, block it. Close your mouth also, just block it. Let's see how long you can last. When you are gasping for air, you'll release everything and you say, bugger it, I want to breathe. Breathing and the air we breathe is so precious. It holds immense value in our life. But how do we treat it? Everything that we see on our face, do we value it? And most importantly, the mind. The mind and the intellect. Do we take care of it? They are two different things. How often do we just pause and feel what is happening around our face? I'm not talking of the body, just around our face. When the breeze hits your face, what do you feel? When light hits your eyes, what do you feel? When sound hits your ears, what do you feel? When taste hits your tongue, what do you feel? Think about it, folks. We do things so automatically. Eat, pull out a bottle of perfume, smell, pick up a flower, smell. Look at something in a shop. We are looking, we are seeing. How often do we look at the sun straight? No glasses. Just look into the sun for however long you can. How often do we do that? How often do we listen to good things? Be it music, be it talk, be it sound. And when we do listen, what do we feel? How many of us actually process these things? And then evaluate and come to a conclusion. How precious is it? And what it means to you and your life, and how it adds value to your very being on this planet. That's all Shakyamuni was talking about in plain language. Live with full consciousness. Live with full gratitude. Because if you look around you, many people have got challenges. But if you are normal, you have a lot to thank for. That doesn't make those people facing challenges any less. They are cutting their own karma in their own way. All I'm trying to point out here is this. How often do you spend time evaluating, feeling what you acquire free of cost on a daily basis, on time, consistently, regularly, with the same quality of purity? It's a different thing. We go and make it impure. We human beings make it impure. Nature doesn't make anything impure. Whatever we pick up from nature, do we value it? Give it a thought, people. You will see how much of damage you as a person, let alone other people, are doing unconsciously because it's become a habit, and consciously you know what is happening and what you're doing is wrong, damaging nature, polluting nature, but you do it anyway because you feel it's perfectly all right because it's there in abundance. It will be replaced free of cost. That's what you think. But when the time comes, nature will take back, and it will take back with interest which you will never have even imagined. So all I'm saying is be cautious. Don't play with nature. Nature only says, I am giving you without bias. I want you to enjoy it. but also take care of it. Give it a thought, friends, and have a lovely day.